representing the constituents. The constituents are you and I and your parents friends and the person who lives next door are all constituents of your representative. So the residents of a district represented by a member of Congress. Representatives, the title given to members of the United States House of Representatives, are elected to serve a 2-year term. There is no limit to the number of terms a representative can serve. So that means you could serve 2 years, and another 2 years, and another 2 years, and another 2 years, and another 2 years. If you want, you could just go on and on and on. Which is kind of cool, although a lot of people go on to do something else after you represent. Determining representation. There are 435 members in the United States House of Representatives. They are apportioned or divided proportionally among the 50 states. So that means that the number each state has is based on its population. So the more people are in a state, the more citizens, that means the more representatives. So that would be why it would be cool to have a lot of people in your state to get more representatives. Each state is then divided into districts, one district for each representative apportioned to the state. Representatives are reapportioned every 10 years. If a state's population has changed, it may gain, it could get more representatives, or it could lose some representatives. Because there can only be 435 members of the U.S. House of Representatives. So there is kind of a limit on how many there can be. And in order to make that fit every 10 years, then they will look at how many people are in a state and making sure that it all works. Some states have too few citizens to be apportioned more than one representative. These states are represented by a member at large, a member who represents an entire state. There are currently 7 states represented by a member at large: Alaska, Delaware, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Vermont, and Wyoming. Yeah, I could believe it for Montana and Wyoming. Okay, so we now know how representatives are apportioned and where they are. So that is the House of Representatives. Okay, so they represent you, and you're called the constituents in a certain district, and it's based on the state population. So you can actually find out who's representing you on the House website. Here you go. So do you know your zip code and postal code?
Yes.
Okay, great. What's your zip code?
What's the zip code here? Abby?
1323. 1323?
No,
43. Oh, 1343.
Okay. And then another 3?
Oh, and then another
1340. Yeah.
And then, do you know the postal code? So the postal code is the thing you put at the end of your zip code, like in the post office.
4 digits. The 4 digits that come after that?
Yeah.
Does anybody know what it is for Port Lyden?
I don't know. Oh, okay.
Elizabeth? No, that's not.
Well, that's interesting. It says for the zip code area 13433, vacancy. That's very interesting. Oh, okay. It says
The Q was just pointed.
Oh, okay. Great. So I guess I haven't updated. Yeah, because it says Office of the 23rd Congressional District of New York, formerly the Office of Representative John M. McHugh. So I guess they'll re-update that then soon. Okay, great. Yeah, it's funny. I think I did a video conference with your school last year, and I remember telling you about John McHugh. So, interesting.
Right, so he's just been appointed to serve in the President's Cabinet. That's why we don't have him.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Great. Well, that's very interesting. So will there be like an election or?
Yes.
Great. Okay, so that's a very interesting thing that you see happening right now is that when a representative maybe is appointed to be in the President's Cabinet or is appointed to the Senate, and then there is a vacancy left in their place, and there has to be an election for another representative. So it's kind of interesting to see that it's not really set in stone. Things are sort of fluid and changing, and have to adapt to it all the time. Okay, so moving on to the Senate. Fun fact: 16 United States presidents have been United States senators, including our current president, Barack Obama. jumping off point to higher political careers like the presidency or maybe a position in the president's cabinet. And when you look at the House of Representatives and the Senate, a lot of people have been either a representative or a senator or both before becoming president. It's kind of interesting to know. So senators represent their states, and there are 2 senators per state. To be a senator, a person must be at least 30 years old, a U.S. citizen for at least 9 years, and have fulfilled the requirements for residency in the state that person wishes to represent. So that means that you have to, if your state says, oh, you have to have paid your taxes every year by this date, and you have to have done this and this and this in order to be considered a resident, then you do that, and then you can become a senator.